This is an audiobook recording of the novella Silent Hill, Paranormal Investigation Team by Nico ARMIN, published in July 2025. As a fair use disclaimer and statement of tribute, this novella is written with respect to the original franchise, owned and distributed by Konami Group Corporation. The work contained herein is an original work by the author. No copyright infringement is intended. Chapter 1: Misdirection. The pine trees pressed in on either side of the road, the way curtains draw when the show's about to begin. The sunny day suddenly felt cloudy and more shaded somehow. "I'm telling you, it's gotta be here," Aaron said from the back seat, flipping back and forth between his phone and the folded topographic map on his lap. "GPS says we're a few miles from Flagstaff Lake, but this," he tapped the yellowed map, "this says Toluca Lake. If I squint, both lakes have the same shape, and right here, where the GPS says Dead River Township, the paper map says Brams, and just beneath it, to the left, in lighter font, it says Silent Hill." I kept my eyes on the dirt road ahead. "You're sure that map's not just novelty souvenir?" "It's from 1985, he said, brushing his sleeve against the coffee stain in the corner. "Found it in an antique shop in Darmskota. State survey issued, not fake." Dana leaned forward from the back seat between us, pulling her hood back. Her forehead glistened lightly from the van's heater. "How can a town that existed full tilt in 1985 vanish from digital records and GPS? That's not normal." "Nothing about this has been normal," I said, forcing a half smile. "We've already driven through one ghost town that claimed it didn't exist." Aaron frowned. "It's not just the issues with the lake. I can't find Shepherd's Glen either. Should be west of here. If those stories are true, and what about the Saratoga Mountains? Gone. They don't show up anywhere." I let out a sharp breath and finally glanced over at him. Shepherd's Glen was fiction. Completely fabricated by some guy on the old X-board screen name W2 Helix. Entertaining storyteller, but he was just spinning creepypasta. Aaron looked at me from the back seat with a look of impatience. "He's obviously not familiar with Maine's geography," I continued. "Saratoga is in New York, and what he's described sounded more like Bigelow Mountain. No records, no property deeds, no death certificates. It's fan fiction." Aaron had a sidelong look of disappointment. "Felt real when I read it." "Yeah? And do you remember when we were kids and you believed Dad had magical powers to open the garage door?" "We were kids," he retorted. Dana gave a small laugh, but kept her gaze fixed out the window. Fog had begun to curl along the edges of the road again. "So what do we know?" I shrugged. "The town was a resort destination up until the late 80s. Had an amusement park, loggers, a mine, and a shopping district. Then came the stories. Missing persons, drug activity, weird cult rumors. Whole place was condemned in 99. Official story is environmental risk, but nobody could tell you what that risk actually was." Aaron looked back down at the map. "We're low on gas," he muttered. "Last station was 20 miles back, with that guy." Dana and I both turned to look at him. He sat straighter. He just stared. Didn't say anything while the pump ran. Not a hello, not a price. Just watched us from the window. Didn't blink. I tried to wave and he didn't move. "If looks could kill," I said, breaking the silence with a smirk. Aaron didn't laugh. Neither did Dana. I exhaled through my nose, glancing at the gauge. The needle hovered just above the red. "Okay, we'll stop as soon as we see a way around. Good thing we brought the can with us." "I just don't like how the GPS has nothing," Aaron said. "It's like the whole region's been scrubbed. All the roads loop back or stop right around here." "That's the point," I said. "They want it forgotten." We rounded a bend, the road narrowing into a corridor of overgrown brush and dead branches. I slowed to a crawl, headlights barely penetrating the fog. A stagnant stillness settled outside, the kind that makes even birds go quiet. "Wait," Dana whispered. "Stop." I braked. "What is it?" She pointed through the windshield. "Across the lake. Look." We all followed her finger. Both our eyes squinted, and I nearly lost patience trying to find it, until just enough fog broke for me to see it. Through the mist, faint and distant, rose the jagged silhouette of a structure, then another. Slowly, as the fog shifted, a wide circular shape emerged, iron spokes and a rusted arc. A Ferris wheel. Lakeside, Dana murmured. There it was, across the lake. Half swallowed by trees and years of abandonment, stood what was left of Lakeside Amusement Park. The buildings around it sagged under their own weight, roofs missing, vines crawling up facades. Nature had tried its best to reclaim it, and the lake tried to smother it with its dense fog, but its bones were still there. "Hey, you're seeing that too, right?" Aaron asked, voice thin. "Yeah," I said, not blinking. "That's no GPS glitch." For a moment, none of us spoke. Then Dana leaned forward, her eyes sharp. "We keep going." The road ahead disappeared into the haze, but our destination was real now, tangible. And whatever waited for us beyond the trees, whether it was story or silence, we were already too close to turn back. I nudged the van forward. Behind us, the signal dropped. Ahead, the fog closed in.